running the business rule. It's a feature which is available in the FCCS application, and it is the feature is known as consolidation and translation with no prompts. So the consolidation. So with the help of this feature, we can skip away or we can do away with an step which is available, which we have to perform in the normally in a when we run the normal business rule. So as we see, while running a business rule of consolidation, we need to input uh, POV, the below POV. That is, we have to define the entity, scenario, period, and year. But we can do away this input of POV every time by enabling this feature, which is known as consolidate with no prompt. So this feature is available in the application, but we just have to need to enable it and have to do some changes or do some one-time step so that it will be made available, where it will help us to consolidate and translate uh, the, the data. So, so for this, we have to enable this feature from the configuration section. So so let's first go and configure this feature. So let me go to the home page. From the home page, go to the configuration. And under the configuration, we can see the different consolidation rules or the features. So out of the many, we have one feature, enable compute with no prompt, right? This is the data. This is the feature which we are going to use today. So enable compute no no prompt rule. So for that, we have to first enable this one. To enable this one, we have to take on this and have to click on this launch. So, so it is giving us the information about this rule. That is, it allows the user to run consolidation or translate from data entry prompts with no prompt to enter a dimension member. When the user select consolidation with no prompt or translation with no prompt, the system uses the members defined in the selected cell to execute the rule. Select launch to enable the new rules. And select job for task status. So this we will use this no prompt with the data form. So when we input the figure, the system uses the member defines in the selected cell to execute the business rule. So therefore, in the data form the member which we define, it takes automatically from those member and run the business rule. So to enable this, we have to just launch it and we'll click on this OK. So we have to go and see in the job the status, the progress of this, whether this has been enabled or not. So it is enabling this feature. It is enable consolidation and translation with no prompt. Okay. So we will just come back to this one again. Let's go and see in the slide. So first we have to enable this feature from configuration sector, which we have already done. And this rule is applicable for both consolidation and translation. So once enable, if we can consolidate, this rule is applicable. Consolidation as well as the translation. For translation, we must have the intercompany as our one of our dimension. Okay. So it is processing. It may take some time to enable this feature. And once it is enabled following new rules are available that we attach this to a data form. So once we enable new rules, following new rules are available, which we have to attach to a data form. Once this rule is enabled, this feature is enabled, we have to enable this consolidation, this rule in the data form. So how we can do it? We will just see it once this our process get completed. So when this feature is enabled, we get 4 additional business rule members. Okay, they are consolidate with no prompts, force consolidation with no prompt, translate with no prompts, and force translate with no prompt. So the last one, this is translate, will only be available if we have the intercompany as one of our dimension. In case of that, only these two options, these two rules will be available for our usage. The rule is to be attached with the data form to run consolidation or translation. So let me just refresh it once again. It might take some time to activate it, to enable it. So for that, for running this rule, I already have created. I already have this POV and the data, the members in which we are going to input the figures in the smart tool, but we will input the figure in the data form. Okay, and we'll come here and to see the result, whether they are proper or not. So it is still processing, enabling consolidation with translation with no prompt. Okay. In the meanwhile, we can create one data form for this purpose. Till then, it will complete our enabling process. So for that, we will just go to this data form and we'll create a form. So under forms, into the library, we will create a new data form, create a new simple form. PROM, no prompt. Console test. Okay. And description, we can write something about this role. Test the output of using the new rules. Consolidation and translation with no prompt. In the layout, we will just first in the layout, I will just move on all the members, the point of view dimensions to the rows and column as per our requirement, right? So just bring it one by one. Product, consolidation, intercompany, and data source, currency, entity. We can skip basically the scenario in the, we can just place it in the page section. View will be of periodic, because this will be common in our input as well as in our output sheet. Let's keep the period Also in the page section, point of view account we will have to, and also the years in the page sheet, right? And we will move this account to the row side. And also the movement. And let's add a row. Just so we will just shift delete row. We will delete. Okay. Now we will do it once we create our, once that feature is our enable, we will come to this side. So let's finish this one and see the status of our status in the job section. Now this has been enabled. Now you can see enable consolidation and translation. Just we will just make a take a screenshot of it. So this has been enabled. This feature has now been enabled. Now we will go to data form to input the figure and to attach this feature with the data form. So for that, we will again move on to our forms. In library, we have no prompt console test, layout, and from the other, okay, we will just first define this all these members, right? So our what will be our multi-gap will be our local gap. Our product will be no product. Consolidation will be entity input. Intercompany will be no intercompany. Data source will be data input, and currency will be entity currency. And what will be our entity? The entity we have taken here is N101 and underscore 101. Period is our Jan. Financial year is FY15. Scenario is our actual. View is periodic. So let's save it once again. And we will define the account members here. Okay. This is our bank city. Creditors, one member from credit side. Common stock, one member from equity side, that is share capital. We will take one income from income side and we'll take the investment in sub. Just save it and we'll take the member as changes in cash and we will define it one by one for every member. Okay. For that, we will just go here and we'll place selection in separate rows. For account, we will have to do it also. Now you can see all the members are in the separate rows. This is for movement cash, for liability, creditor item, credit item, liability. We will take the movement as changes in accounts payable, for changes, and for this stock one, changes due to issue of stock, and for income we will use changes in net income, and for the investment we will use the movement as just save it first. We will just take a look of it whether it is allowing us to input the figure or not. Now it is allowing us to input the figure. Okay. Let's do one thing below this one. Select add a formula row, just it will give us a gap between investment and this one, just for the sake of convenience. Okay. Now we will just this is for entity 101. We will add a column here and we'll change the entity as 102. We'll save it and we'll again add a column. Add column, move column to the right. Okay, it is 101. So for this purpose, we will, in case of intercompany, we will use NCP. For inputting the investment, we will in place of no intercompany, we will use the intercompany member of entity of this said entity in which we are going to input the figure. So let's have a preview once again. Okay. Now we will input the figure in this data form. So let's finish from here and okay. We have to do one more thing, which is the important one. From the edit, we have not attached the rule, the consolidation and translation prompt, no prompt rule. So to attach this one, we have to go to this other option. And from the other option, we can see now compute with no prompt. This option is now available here. So we will just go here and select it to the selected menu and right pane was selected in this one selected menu. We'll shift it to the right pane and we'll save it. Now this rule has been attached to this prompt. Okay, let me just once check. Uh, compute with no prompt. Okay, save. So what we have done, we have created a form, a simple form as a normal form in which we have defined the different member, and to use this form with no prompt function with the feature. In the other option, we have selected the compute with no prompt option. Okay, now just finish this one and we will go to input the figures in the data form. To input the figures, we will have to use the option of data. From data, you can see this is the form which we have created, no prompt console test. Okay. And we will input the figure here. So what are our figures? So I already have these figures with me. It is 6,000 for entity 101, 3,000, right? 5,000 for issue of stock, and changes in net income is our 2,000. Investment will not be input here. Okay. So, and for this, it is for a 102 subsidiary, that is 2,000, 3,000. And for changes in net income, we have 3,000. And for this investment in sub, we will input the figure in the third column, that is in which ICP North 102 is defined in our subsidiary entity. It is 4,000. And just save it. So it is saving our figures. Now the data form has been saved. Now come to our sheet, smart view form, smart view data. Now you can see the figures have now been available in our smart, and we will have to run the consolidation rule for this purpose. Okay, so before doing that, we have to define the ownership structure for this purpose, for this entity. So, so that the consolidation will take place normally by using the no prompt option figures. So what is our hierarchy here? We have to define it as no, say, geography actual 15 January. Click on this one, go to our entity. Our entity is N101. Sorry, there is N101. We will make it as subset holding, and we'll create the North as subsidiary with say 80%. Percentage, save changes. So the other process are as per the normal consolidation. Just the change will occur only when we run the business. This has been saved. So in the next process, we generally what we used to do, we used to go to this tab, rules, and need to input the POV here. So with the help of this process, we have to do away. We don't have to input these figures. In this POV for running the consolidation. In place of that, we have used the no prompt feature. So to do that, we will again go to the data form with the data, and in the smart view also I have inputted already created the POV for getting the result. Now you can see no figures are available here. The figures will be available once when we will use the no data on the consolidate with no prompt option. So now you can see when I right click this any of the cell, I am getting this option. Consolidate with no prompt, force consolidate with no prompt, translate with no prompt, and force translate with no prompt, right? This is this additional members are available only due to we enable the no prompt feature. And we can just go and click from here itself, consolidate with no prompt. So it is running our business rule of consolidation. Now the rule has run successfully. Let's go and see in our smart view whether any changes occur. Now you can see under 6,000, 8,000, this the figures have been available. These are these figures. The individual entity wise figures are being available, but still we have not been able to get the figures for its parent entity, that is N100, that is the consolidated figure. So to do that, I have, if you have seen, observe, I have run the rule with the on this cell, right? And for entity 101. Now I will run this for N100 for at the parent level. Only then these figures will be available. Okay. But we don't have this figure here. I will have to change the layout of this data form. So to do that, I will just go to this layout designer. Under layout, I will have to change the POV for this purpose, right? Because at the parent level, only this the consolidated figures will be available. Add a formula column just for the sake of formula label. Just delete all this one so that we can get a space between these two. Okay. And add another column here. Okay. Now we will define the top member for this purpose. So it will be FCCS local gap. Product will be no product. In place of entity input, it will be entity total. It will be intercompany top. Sorry. Data source will be total data source. Currency will be entity currency. Sorry, it will be parent currency. And entity will be N100, which is the parent of. And this will remain common. That is actual January, periodic and 15. Just save it. We'll go to this data form. Now you can see the figures are not available in this column. So to get this figure, we have to run the consolidation for this entity. We have run this the consolidation for this entity 101. Now we will have to run for this also. So just go here and right click. We will get the option available option. Just click on this consolidate with no prompt. We don't have to input the POV here to run this business rule. I just see the figures are now available here, right? Acquisition. We will just go here and refresh here also. And also now you can see we have got this minority interest and also the goodwill figure. So we will just go and add these two figures also in our data form to see the figures. These two figures also. Under this edit option, go to layout. Just add row. So in that we will use this minority interest. And we'll define its movement as FCCs closing balance. Right? And we'll add one more row. See the goodwill figure, right? So make it as goodwill and it will be a closing balance only. Just save it. Come to this form. Now you can see we will be able to see the goodwill figure also. This is the goodwill figure. Right? So it's better if we go and see it in from the form section. It will give us a good idea of it. We'll give a print preview of it in a proper manner. No prompt, data edit, layout, just preview it. Now, now you can see for the normal consolidation is done with the help of this no prompt rule. Okay, that is the assets. That is the cash and bank have been added 14,000. Creditors added 3 plus to 5,000. And stock only the of holding companies appearing in the consolidation statement. Changes in net income 5,000 it is coming. Right? 3 plus 2 because it has 100%. And for the goodwill, we have calculated is 1,600 and 1,200. Okay, so this is the figure. This is the consolidation result we get through data form by attaching or by using the consolidation and translation with no prompt feature, which is available in our application. Closing balance. Right. So this is how we can use the data function of consolidation and translation with no prompt. We have to enable it and have to run it with the help of data form. So with this, we come to an end to our end of our session of today's session. And I hope you like this. You like this feature which I have shown you, which I have demonstrated you, and very useful for consolidate for we can take away, we can go away, do away with the applying the POV as we have to define during the normal business. So I hope you like this session and find it useful. So for any query or questions, you can reach out to us at support at bispsolution.com, and for all other such useful and knowledgeable videos, you can reach out. You can see the same at our YouTube channel. So with this, we conclude this session and end this our today's session also. So till then, till we meet next time. Till then, good day, good have a good weekend. Thank you.